Alright, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. What we're going to be focusing on today is we're going to be focusing on multiplication properties and division rules. So, to get started, what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at a few properties that affect us when we are multiplying. These three properties are the commutative property of multiplication, the identity property of multiplication, the zero property of multiplication. If these sound familiar, it's because we had each of these three properties with addition, but now we're flipping them to multiplication. So now, let's take a look at the commutative property. It's very similar to the addition property. When you multiply, the order of the factors does not change the product, meaning we can go ahead and take 4 times 2 equals 8, and flip those factors around to 2 times 4 equals 8. Doesn't affect the product, which is 8. There's the identity property of multiplication. If you multiply a number by 1, the product is that number. So 4 times 1 equals 4, and that's just a given. And finally, there is the zero property of multiplication. The zero property means if you multiply any number by 0, the product is 0. 3 times 0 equals 0. So right there, those are our three properties of multiplication. Now let's go ahead and talk about not properties, but rules. And these are division rules. Zeros in division. When we're talking about zeros in division, when you divide 0 by any non-zero number, the quotient is 0. But here's the thing, it is not possible to divide a number by 0. Like, we cannot do 5 divided by 0. You are not allowed to do that. But you can do 0 divided by 5, and that's going to get you 0. And here's the reason why. If you have a group of 5, and you want to divide that by 5, here's one group, 2, 3, 4, 5. We divided it into 5 different groups. You can do that. But if you try to divide a group by 0, well, here's the thing. You can't divide anything by 0 because you don't have any groups to divide it into. So what you need to understand is that you're not allowed to divide anything by 0. This is not allowed. You can only divide 0 by other numbers. There's also ones in division. When you divide any number by 1, the quotient is always the dividend. What does that mean? Well, if I have 7 divided by 1, well, it's going to be 7. When you divide any non-zero number by itself, the quotient is always 1. If I take 4 divided by 4, that's going to give you 1. 5 divided by 5, that's going to give you 1 as well. So those are our ones in division. So you might be asking, how do I use this? Well, let's take a look here. It says that there are 9 party favors and 9 guests. How many party favors will each guest get? Hey, there's that word each right there. We should know that each either means multiply or divide. So I have those 9 party favors and 9 guests. And each guest is going to get a party favor. So it looks like to me I'm going to be dividing because I'm not going to be getting anything greater. I'm just going to be getting less actually. So I have 9 party favors divided by 9 guests. Well, let's think about that division property. If I divide 9 by 9, well, I'm always going to get 1. Because each person only gets 1 favor. A non-zero number divided by the same number is 1, so each guest will get 1 party favor. Alright, thanks for checking in, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll talk to you later.